When he sees you, his testosterone is triggered. That means he's saying biochemically, subconsciously, that he would be willing to have sex with you. In order for a man to even remotely consider you, he has to first be sexually triggered by you. His testosterone has to be triggered. Okay? There's a certain biochemical process. So he's releasing dopamine, he's releasing norepinephrine. The norepinephrine is what lowers his guard. It's what lowers your guard. That's what allows you both to come together for the consideration of moving into potentially a long-term committed relationship. However, both individuals have individual goals. For him, even if he's not a homo, even if he's not, a hobo, where he's sleeping around, even if he's not that kind of guy, still, the fact that his testosterone is being triggered means that his body wants sex from you. That is the primary objective and driver biochemically that his body wants. But for you, the primary objective is commitment, if that makes sense. For a woman, it's commitment. Why? Because that's how we were wired. It meant that if you got pregnant, it increased the survival of your young. It means that you had somebody that would protect you. So the primary drive for each sex biochemically is going to be different, which means your body is designed for you to quickly fall in love. His body is designed to slowly fall in love. Hello? If a man is vocalizing that he's sexually attracted to you, he's telling you that's all he wants from you. Period, point blank. Delete him, move on. Okay? Kick him off the bench. He's no longer on the roster. All right? So are we still on the same page? So, as you're moving into the second phase, okay? Dr. Helen Fisher breaks it down really well. You can read so much research when it comes to the biology of attraction, the anthropology of attraction. Dr. Helen Fisher, she's my ultimate favorite. Then comes Dr. Luann Brizendine. Then comes Don Maslar. Those are my three top. And then we have Dr. John Gray, not the cheating pastor, but the actual author of the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Okay? So you can study the science on your own to verify what it is that I'm teaching you, what biochemically happens in the body. All right. So remember, you're designed to fall quickly. He's designed to fall slowly. So as you enter into the second phase, understand that he's turning on the charm. He's putting on the face. He's doing everything he can so that he can form a connection with you as fast as possible. The faster he can form a connection with you, then the faster he can get what it is that he wants from you. The more time that you're spending, the more face time that you're spending with him increases the likelihood of you producing oxytocin. So if you go on a first date with him to dinners on average, per research, are roughly about 2 hours. It's an intimate setting. It's in the evening. There's oftentimes drinking of the liquor, okay? Even though you should not. But all of you guys aren't my students. You're not my clients. So you're going to be doing all kinds of different things. Okay. So then there's drinking. You're in an intimate setting. You're talking to each other straight for about 2 hours. And he has plenty of time to lay it on. Not to mention the social construct where women have been brainwashed as people pleasers for a man's benefit and his convenience. A lot of women, not all, maybe not you, but a lot of women have been raised to play it nice, to be nice, to worry about people's feelings. So when a man pays for a date and then he makes it seem like, okay, I paid for this date. I had a great time. Now I want to be intimate. You'll be surprised how many women start to feel this kind of invisible obligation, even if not to be intimate, but to kiss him, even though that is not what she really wants to do with him. For one. For two, you're spending too much time with him. And remember, a man falls slowly, a woman falls quickly. The more he's talking in your ear, women are auditory. There has been plenty of studies to show that. The more he's talking in your ear, for a woman's brain, you are forming pictures in your mind of what potentially can be, which is going to produce more oxytocin. You're going to feel a false sense of connection and bonding to him. You're going to feel a false sense of trust in him, which means that you're going to be more likely to move faster than you may want to with a man over dinner. And he's getting satiated off of your presence with dinner, with 2 hours, okay? Coffee. Why coffee on the first date? First, coffee is the interview process. Coffee creates the anticipation and the desire. Because a man, in order for him to truly bond to you, he has to produce a hormone called vasopressin. And a lot of people, ever since I started talking about it, keep mentioning vasopressin, but the production of vasopressin in a man is not enough, ladies. Vasopressin in a man is not enough. In order for that man to bond to you, to want to provide, commit, and protect you, in order to set you up for long-term success, not only does he have to produce the vasopressin and the dopamine, he has to produce the receptors. And per Don Maslar, if you read her book, Men Chase, Women Choose, he has to have at least a minimum of 2.5 to 3 months in order to produce the receptors. This is the reason why courting, it's like our ancestors knew. It's like our ancestors knew exactly how to have a man fall for them, but all of a sudden women have forgot to date to their benefit instead of to the benefit of men. When you move fast, when you're moving fast with the man, that's to his benefit, not yours. So when you're doing coffee and you limit it to 45 minutes, this is what it does. For one, it allows you to determine, is this man crazy and deranged? For two, you should not go super dressed up to a coffee date. It should be something you fit it in the middle of your day. You're running errands, you meet for coffee, preferably during the middle of the week, around lunchtime. And you keep it no longer than 45 minutes. You make sure that you guys can at least have a conversation. Does he pay for your coffee? And for those of you who are like, I don't drink coffee, I don't either, ma'am. A lot of people don't. I don't like coffee. A lot of people don't like coffee, but coffee houses have teas. They have hot chocolate, cocoa mocha, chai latte, chai tea, orange juice, banana juice, pear juice. They got all kinds of juices, ma'am. There's all kinds of things. You got to date with intention, okay? You're doing it for a reason. In the art of seduction, you learn that what creates the seduction, what creates the polarity and the pull is anticipation. Your most powerful asset, especially in the beginning, is to create curiosity and to create anticipation. Smoothies too. I love you back. Write it down. Anticipation and curiosity, ma'ams. Anticipation, curiosity. When you're on a coffee date and you keep it short and you have an awesome conversation, the connection is building, and then you leave, that makes him want more. Think about, have you ever been somewhere and you tasted a sample of something, and when you taste it, like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, I want more. That's how companies in the grocery store sell their stuff. Okay. They set it up, give you samples, you fall in love with it, and now you want to have more. You want that man to want more. You want him to want more. Two, it's important that you set yourself up here. You want to set yourself up here in the value ladder when it comes to a man. How do you do that? Ma'am, get a life. Okay? I say this with all love and respect. Some of y'all don't have a life. You are way too available. That man can reach you way too easily. When you have a life and your time is valuable and it's limited, it increases your stock value. It raises his curiosity about you. As it raises his curiosity about you, it drives his testosterone, his hunter nature, to want to be able to earn you, to learn you, to figure you out. You're on his mind. He can't even help it. And as you're running all day through his mind, biochemically, this is what happens. His testosterone starts to drop. His serotonin starts to drop as well. When serotonin and testosterone drops, that means that man starts to think about you even when he doesn't want to. You are running through his mind all the time. He wants to spend time with you. He wants to hear your voice. And then when he is fortunate enough, I'm giving you guys like golden, I'm probably telling y'all too much. I'm probably giving you too much. When you bless him with your presence and your time, it's more valuable because he knows it wasn't easy. I know some of y'all didn't hear me. Nobody values anything if it's that easy. In the famous wise words of Sir Tupac,